Well, this is another story that everyone's talking about. Shia LaBeouf is speaking out over allegations of abuse. Let me tell you the story. Last week, his ex-girlfriend, FKA Twigs, filed a lawsuit against him claiming Shia had abused her both physically and mentally. Then over the weekend, singer Sia, which you can see right here for the first time ever, called the actor a, quote, very sick pathological liar who conned her into having an adulterous relationship after he claimed he was single when he was not. In a statement to the New York Times, Shia said, quote, I have no excuses for my alcoholism or aggression, only rationalizations. I've been abusive to myself and everyone around me for years. I have a history of hurting the people closest to me. I'm ashamed of that history and I'm sorry to those I hurt. Shia also said he is currently sober in a 12-step program, but said many of the allegations against him are not true. Erica, I would love your take on this because at one point FKA Twigs said he would sleep with a gun because he was sort of paranoid at all times, which made her obviously very paranoid for her life, and it made her a completely anxious and anxiety-ridden person. What do you feel about this and Shia's response?
I'm glad that she's speaking out about this because I think that this affects a lot more people than are willing to admit and come forward. Shia LaBeouf has been in crisis for quite some time. I've interviewed him a few times. I remember in 2008 interviewing him and him saying that one drink was too many and a million drinks wasn't enough.
Wow.
He's always been very transparent about his battles with substance abuse and the fact that, you know, he just cannot control himself when he is under the influence. So he's obviously someone who's been in and out of therapy, in and out of help, in and out of rehab, and hopefully it gets to the point where this sticks. I think the story about Sia is so interesting as a part of this too, because how many people have been in relationships with people who claim not to be in a relationship? So that part of the equation is like so common. There's just a lot to unpack here, but I hope he gets the help that he needs.
Yeah, and remember, child actor, Al. I mean, we see a lot of people growing up with that. His father wasn't around, and hurt people, and he's opening up at least, but he sounds like a terrifying person to be around.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have the disease of alcohol, and I'm sure substance abuse, and you have no boundaries. Usually people are bound by their financial status. You know, I would buy another bottle, but I can't, you know, or I would do this or I get fired. If you don't have those boundaries and you have that disease, this is how it manifests itself.
Just this perfect storm.
I just always compare. I think he's a great artist, right?
He's a great actor.
Taking that aside, I think he's a great artist. I think he's a little out there too. He thinks outside the box, and I think when those like genius and the way you think meet up in reality, then you have the substance abuse. This is all alleged. Not the best things happen. We've seen it over and over.
It's a recipe for disaster for people like that. I agree.